Hello everyone. I will be informing you now about the talisman weather, or how to call it, about the talismans or talismans elections. It is only one of January, and as you know, this is not every month that there is a good election or good opportunity on the sky for the creation of powerful astrological talismans. For those of you who are new to my channel, just very briefly to update you that astrological talismans are created. Actually, this is very ancient knowledge coming from before ancient Babylon, because I can tell you that the most ancient gold treasure is found here in Bulgaria, and it is dated approximately 7000 BC, and it contains many pieces which look like talismans. So we're talking about ancient before the creation of Babylon and Sumer. So yes, so this is very ancient notion, and it is based entirely on the natural sciences, astronomy, astrology, herbalism, gemology. So when we create astrological talisman, like the ancient deeds, and you can see in the excavations how you have beautiful piece of jewelry, which is a combination of maybe often carved gemstone and a precious, usually metal. So we know that this is made for to have certain role to improve our lives or to give us specific powers or protection. Very oftentimes for protection. But all this is done applying appropriate astrological timing, and including when the planet or the star in question used for the creation of a talisman are highly dignified, and then of course special appropriate herbs and gemstone and essential oil, and finally consecration ritual again on the astrological timing are done. So this is very briefly what astrological talismans are, but you can have a lot of information on my websites, especially on the educational website on talismans, which I have, which is called Astral Magick, theastralmagic.com, but all links are under this video. So this is just my brief introduction. So as you see, we need almost perfect, because perfect we don't have, but let's say the best possible timing astrological for the creation of astrological talismans using specific planet or a star. And we actually can make use of any phase of a planet or a star, because they all have their specific meaning, which can be part of our journey on this earth, which can give us the best of the lessons and opportunities. Most of course, so this time it will be about Venus as invisible. She turned yesterday invisible, and yesterday in the morning I was making this astrological talismans of Ereshkigal, and in my previous video where I spoke only about the phases of Venus, how he changes phase now, which you'll see on my channel. There I was explaining exactly how her nature changes through her phases, and now she is in the phase of invisibility for a couple more days, and approximately around the 11th of January expect to see her already visible. She will be then represented by another goddess. So let me just so yes, I created astrological talismans of Ereshkigal, which represents very high level of knowledge which we are supposed to receive from these talismans. It was also about receiving balance, because if you think what we truly need, what is in our lifetime, is to reach balance. It is exactly what we are lacking now when we see that the evil is dominating the good. This is what it represents actually. So it is also about, she can bring protection, very much about protection she is, while in Sagittarius in retrograde she reminds us and helps us go through, actually not revisit our understanding of freedom, moral values, love, all this. But she's a lot about giving ancient knowledge, truth, opening the doors of philosophy and notion, and also, of course, well, she has so many features. One of them is even to bring revenge when people are not in the love life, when people were not honest to each other or something like that. But this is maybe I put on the last place. The most important is the protection. She's financially helping a lot, for sure, and she's only benevolent. Very, very special face, very delicate, very much about understanding the fine art, the fine beauty, finesse, I can say with one word. So this is Venus, and I will show you. Now I'm sharing my screen with you to show you exactly the horoscope of this particular phase of Venus. So I use a moment when it was Venus hour. Venus was Almuten, meaning she's ruling the horoscope. I also used Venus to be the rising term, Venus to be on midheaven, Libra, and Venus to be the midheaven term. And Venus was at the moment when I was actually making the talismans, she was disappearing from the sky. So I used exactly the moment of her descending, which seems to be very, very appropriate. And then the moon even applied to harmonious aspect to Venus. Amazing, good election. I felt very, very well with this election, and the results of these talismans will be truly amazing. I applied herbs from my garden. Oils also very local here, so everything is very, very authentic. And the gemstones even, which I apply to my talismans, are cut here in Bulgarian lapidary from the rock which I choose. So it is truly as ancient as as it could be, because the more we advanced in time, the more we forgot the principles of nature and the natural sciences. So this is what I'm trying to bring, if you want, with my astrological and astronomical talismans. So you can see the links to them and to this knowledge, which you can find a lot on my websites, which is under resources on my two educational websites, which is completely free, and you can enjoy. So all the best, ladies and gentlemen, and see you very soon with speaking about the next cycle, the next full moon, and other things. All the best.